Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we talk LS7 427. Now, this engine, as you can see, is disassembled, and there's a whole lot of parts to it. However, this engine was delivered to me in this condition. Customer states that someone else had the engine and told him he had a connecting rod bearing failure. You can see the internals. You can see how it is. There's definitely a debris issue here. There's definitely something going on with the internals of the bearings. However, that is not the major issue here. As you can see, all the valves are in place. No damage, no worries on the cylinder heads, which I didn't expect to find anywhere. Now, there's a few points to this. You can see whoever did this, they took great pains to organize all the fasteners and the locations, which is very, very good. However, there's a couple of points here that we need to really understand. You can see the rocker push rods here and here. You can see the roller lifters all in a bag here. Now, that's okay, but unfortunately, it makes this a very, very dangerous situation if we were to reuse them. Why is that? Because each metal piece wears together. And you can see right here in General Motors service information, organize and mark the components so that they can be installed in the same location for which they were removed. Now, if it's me, I can't trust this. I can't trust that I'm going to be able to know which one goes where because someone else took it apart and did not accurately organize them. Unfortunately, that's one of those problems. Second point is that if we look over here, head gaskets were supplied, flywheel was supplied, the roller lifter guides were supplied. However, we do not know how long this engine has been sitting disassembled. We take a look here. The bore looks very good. Little bit of shine, which is something you always want to see. See a little bit of shine here, but there's a little bit of, almost looks like oxidation right here. See that? I don't like that. And these cylinders cannot be rebuilt, bored out. So here's where the problem gets. That maybe we could possibly take out. However, if we look here, extreme rust and corrosion in the cylinder bore on cylinder number 3 and cylinder number 1. This makes it impossible to accurately rebuild this engine and assure that we are going to have correct ring seating, even if we were to hone it out. The details on this LS7 must be strictly followed and tolerances to the 100,000th of an inch. You cannot understate this fact. And because this vehicle's engine was sitting out exposed somewhere, and all of this oxidation was allowed to occur, unfortunately, the engine block is not supplied separately. So unfortunately, this particular engine has to be replaced. The engine lists out at $12,190, and it is a shame because with bearing failure material in there, you could probably replace the associated piston and rod assembly because they come mated, because they are titanium connecting rod with a hypereutectic, which is a high silicone alloy piston. So that would work. But unfortunately, because it was left out to absorb moisture and to create and allowed this oxidation to build up, unfortunately, there's nothing else that we can do with it. This engine will have to be replaced. Now, certainly, it's one of those things where if the customer chooses that we are capable enough, he stated that he would bring his vehicle down here because this engine was delivered to me in boxes. So we will advise the customer accordingly. But as you can see, there were a few steps missed, and unfortunately, the customer is now the one that's going to pay the price. And it is a shame. I don't know how it happened, but let's hope the customer understands what exactly is going on. He will be down, and I will advise him accordingly after that fact. So I hope everybody has a safe and happy new year. Please be careful out there on New Year's Eve. Don't drink and drive, obviously, and watch out for each other. Have a good day, everyone.